What's up everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Nour Trades and today I bring you another special video, the Sunday stock watch list. So today we're going to talk about the schedule for this week, we're going to talk about the earnings, and we're going to talk about what happened last week, what we could have done better, and we're going to talk about what I'm looking at for the current week. So before we go ahead and start this video, hit that like button, subscribe, comment down below what other videos you want to see on this channel, what other stocks you're looking at, and maybe if I like the stock, I'll even add it to my next watch list, or maybe add it to my trading list. So let's go ahead and start this video. So this is the schedule for this week. You can actually screenshot this. If you want a clearer pic, just go to my Trade Like Nour Instagram account, my trading page, where I update you guys on things that I'm trading, things that I'm looking at, anything trading related will be on there, and you guys can screenshot from there. So you have a few people speaking on Tuesday, you have the FOMC minutes on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. You have jobless claims on Thursday, and you have a few people speaking on Friday. So it's always good to know what's going on, who's speaking. You have people speaking, on Monday, and it's always great to know. So that's the schedule for this week. I always provide that. And then let's go ahead and talk about the earnings for this week. So last week we talked about it. This week it's a little blurry here. Like I said, just go to my trading page, it'll be on there. But you have Walmart reporting this week, Home Depot, Baidu reporting this week, Target, Cisco, all that good stuff. A lot of you guys trade these types of stocks, and it's always good to know what's going on. Target loves having some great earnings. I like to see how they move. Home Depot, Lowe's, I love those. I do look at Walmart here and there, and then you have all these other stocks, Ross, Petco. I don't really normally trade them, but if they provide an opportunity, I'll be looking at them. So clear pick will be on my Instagram. So last week we had a few different trading opportunities and a lot of things that I talked about. First thing I'm going to talk about is the banger trade I gave you guys on NQ. I said this was heading down to 12,900. Guess where we headed down here? We hit a low of 12,924. I even provided you guys the uptrend right here from the bottom, why it was gonna hit that if it broke this, and it ended up hitting that. So that was a banger to let you guys know. And NQ got, smacked around this week pretty badly. But we did rebound on Friday into close, and we finished on a positive note on a very negative week. So that was last week. A few things that I'm gonna note is Tesla. I had a channel in the 1 hour. Let's see if it's still there. So we had a channel in the 1 hour. It broke through and we hit a low of 559. I talked about that. I even caught it. It was a great play. Another one that I was looking at was Amazon, the break from 32.50. So we broke down here all the way down to 32.50, and we broke all the way down to what? 31.20. So it was over $100 move on Amazon. What were we looking at? Fedex, we were looking at the 315 break. We ended up breaking, but we only hit a high of 317, so it was a $2 move, good scalp. I ended up catching it, but this week we'll be looking at it again. I'll talk about it. Baba was one of the big stocks that I gave you guys last week. The one at 1 year, I told you guys that we were at the bottom of this, and if we broke, we were gonna see a very nice pullback. We ended up breaking, and forget about earnings, we broke to 213 before earnings. So even with earnings, we broke all the way down to like 203, 204. I caught a little bit of that, but Baba was a banger. I've been telling you guys for 2 weeks straight now. This wedge we have on the 1 year, and that ended up being a great trade. The next thing I told you guys last week was Snow, right here. I keep pressing Q. Snow, I talked about the 192 level. Yep, 192. If we broke that, we had room down. We broke 183. 192 was like below, IPO day. So it did get a little bearish there. We're back above 211, but we hit a low of 183. So that would have been a nice move. So that was last week. Let's talk about this week. So Fedex. Fedex is something that I'm looking at for this week, right? Let me tell you why I'm looking at it. On the 1 hour, you have a trend from the bottom side and the top side. We hit a high of 317. And we pulled back all the way down below 300 at 295, and now I'm looking at the all-time high, which is 317. So after this 317 break, I'm looking for the 320 break, and then 325, and then the top of this channel is around 329. So keep that in the back of your mind when you're playing the upside on Fedex, so that you don't get caught on a reversal holding too long or whatever the case may be. So for now, the high of the channel is 329, but the first levels I'm looking at is 317, 320, 325, then 329. By the time it's Monday, the top of the channel will be probably like, you know, 330, 331. So that's FedEx. The next thing I'm looking at for this week is Amazon. Amazon had a rough week, but we were in this downtrend on the 1 hour, and we actually kind of just broke out of it, and we're hitting a high of 32.28, or hit a high of 32.28 on Friday. So the next thing I'm looking at for Amazon for a relief rally back up to that 3,300 level is I'm looking at that 32.50 break. So we kind of got close right here on this top of this channel right here, and I'm looking at 32.50. From there, I'll be looking at 3,300. That's if the overall market can also, you know, reverse back to the upside, or at least have a relief rally, since we've had such a crazy sell-off. If not, obviously we're gonna look at this H coming back down below 31.18 to room to 3,100, and from there it'll get a little bit crazy. So upside 32.50 I'm watching, downside I'm looking at that low 31.18 down to 3,100, and from there, you know where that goes. So that's Amazon. Tesla is something else I'm looking at for this week. Tesla's had a rough week. This is one of the stocks that had one of the roughest weeks. This hit a high of 753, you know, 20 days ago, and we hit a low of 559. So we're looking at what, a $200 dip in about 20 days. That's pretty wild. So we're oversold here on Tesla. Obviously, this can reverse back. If I'm looking at the downside, I'm watching 560, then 550. As you can see, the channel here from the bottom side. Now let me look at the 4 hour. So the 4 hour I'm looking at 550, and below that I'll be looking at 540, and then we had oh no, we filled that gap. But yeah, downside I'm watching that 550 level. The upside I'm watching 600, but we are up after hours, and then from 600, if this can catch momentum again, we'll be seeing higher levels around 608 than 620. So that's Tesla. Facebook had a crazy comeback this week. It had a rough, 10 days here, but we did hit a high of 332. We hit a low of 297 right below 300. The market sold off, so it's not just Facebook. We are in a downtrend, right? Does that mean it's bearish? No, it just means there's a downtrend. So we hit the top side here, top side here. We're reaching for the top side here at 320. I probably won't be playing the break of the downtrend. I'll be playing the high of 332. It depends. I just wanted you guys to see this depending on what you guys like to play. So I'm looking at Facebook here for the 332 all-time high break, and then from there we'll go. But it has a downtrend at 320. So if that breaks, I'll probably be looking to maybe scalp it. We'll see how the momentum is. The next thing is Roku. I haven't played this in a while, but if you guys can see this on the 1 hour, we have a little wedge going on. We hit the bottom side twice, we hit the top side twice, actually 3 times. We're at the top side here. If we reject, obviously we have room down to 292. I won't be playing the rejection or the reversal. I'm looking for the breakout to the top side. So I'll be watching 320, then 323, then 325, and then from there I'll be watching to see if Roku can catch some momentum to the top side. Because when Roku catches momentum, this thing can move. So Roku's one of those stocks that I'm watching here. I don't like playing it on, you know, dead days, because Roku's contracts are not as liquid as the other stocks that I usually play. And then you have Nvidia, right? Let's see how Nvidia is looking. So Nvidia on the 4 hour has a channel. A lot of you guys like playing Nvidia. From the bottom side, it's hit it twice, and then the top side, it's hit 1, 2, and then, you know, it got close on the third one. But we'll see if this retests or breaks. Nvidia, I'm watching the 600 break. I'm not really watching the downside. That's cool and all to break the channel to the downside, but for the upside, I'm watching the 600 break so that we can get, you know, a possible reversal to that all-time high. So the first level I'm looking at on Nvidia is the top side 600 break, and then from there I'll be looking to scalp or looking to full-on trade it depending on the actual momentum of the stock. So we looked at that, and those are all the stocks that I'm looking at. As far as NQ, we bounced pretty heavily off that 12,900. Let's see if we reach as high as that 13,000. This is the trend, and see if we can get above that. And then you guys know ES isn't really struggling as much as QQQ. We're what, 417 on SPY, the high is 423, 424, so we're not far away. So those are all the stocks that I'm looking at for this week, you know, what I'm looking at in the market. And then you have a few great earnings. I want to see how the housing market is doing. Home Depot and Lowe's will let us know, and then Target will let us know how, you know, consumers are spending here. So that's the Sunday stock watch list. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe, comment down below what other videos you'd like to see, other stocks, and from there I'll see you guys either on a live trading video this week or even Sunday stock watch list. I'll see you guys. Peace.